Good morning dear students. In previous class we will discuss about what is microorganism and the types of microorganisms. I gave a small introduction. Okay, just we will recall them. What are the types of microorganisms? Microorganisms divided 5 types: virus, protozoa, bacteria, fungi, algae. The first type microorganism is virus. What is virus? Virus is nothing but it's a small particle or small parasite that cannot reproduce by itself. It is a microscopic parasites. The term virus is derived from Latin, which means poison or venom. In 1886, Adolf Meyer observed virus in tobacco plants and the viruses were DMV, that means tobacco mosaic virus. Virus is an ultra microscopic infective agent. What is virus? A virus is a tiny particle made up of genetic material and protein. Viruses are 10,000 times smaller than bacteria. They are intermediate between living and non-living things. Virus cause flu and colds. And also cause coronavirus. As the coronavirus pandemic spreads across the globe, the term virus gets a lot of airplay. A microscopic infectious agent, prolific and found in almost all life forms. The study of virus is called virology. Viruses infected host cell to reproduce. Next we will see viral shapes: polyhedral, helical, spherical, complex. These are the shapes of virus. Then next we see viral structures. What are the structures? Bacteriophage, DMV and HAV. DMV is present only in plants, HAV in human beings. Tobacco mosaic virus, TMV. HAV means a human immunodeficiency virus. Bacteriophage is not a bacteria, this is a virus. Next we will see types of virus. What are the types? A helical, polyhedral, spherical, complex. Helical shape is a TMV virus and polyhedral shape is adenovirus, spherical in influenza virus and complex is bacteriophage. I already said bacteriophage is nothing but it is a virus, not bacteria. Next we will see non-living characteristic of viruses. What are the non-living characters? No metabolic need, does not eat, breathe, sleep, produce, etc. Not made of cells, able to crystallize and remain dormant because viruses contain both living and non-living characters. Next we will see difference between living and non-living. Living is a possessed genetic material, DNA, RNA. Non-living, non-cellular, cannot reproduce by themselves. Second point, possess a protein code and do not possess, can replicate a living cells, do not possess ribosome, mitochondria, etc. The second type is bacteria. Bacteria is nothing but it is a single-celled microorganisms. Bacteria is a prokaryotic organism. Pro means primitive or period 2. Karyon means nucleus or kernel. Single-cell organisms without a nucleus has circular DNA, often as plasmid. Plasmid DNA that helps codes for genes to increase fitness. This is the bacteria structure of the bacteria cell. This one is a diagram of bacteria. Next, bacteria shapes. What are the shapes? Diplococci, streptococci, tetrad, staphylococci, serino, spore, flagella rod, spirilla, vibris. Diplococci means two, die. Next, the shapes of bacteria: cocci, bacillus, spirochete, spirilla, vibries. These are the shapes of bacteria. Next, types of flagellar arrangement. The first one is no flagella. The second one is a single flagellum at one end. The third one is a tuft flagellate at one pole. The fourth one is both poles, and fifth one is flagella all over. The next step is fungus. What is fungus? Fungi are not plants. Study of fungi, mycology, defined as single or multicell eukaryotic with a heterotrophic nutrition. Fungi used to be classified with the plants, but they are actually very different than plants. Fungi are eukaryotic heterotrophs that have cell walls. Cell walls made up of chitin, a complex carbohydrate found in the exoskeleton of insects. Fungi do not inject their food, they break it down outside their bodies. Mushrooms are fungi. What you see are the hyphae and the gap. The hyphae are really close together. Underground, the hyphae are spaced out more. Cell structure, the structure that make up the body of multicellular fungi are called hyphae. This is structure of fungus. Parts, cell membrane, vacuole, cytoplasm, nucleus, food storage. Next, fungi. Fungi are eukaryotic spore-bearing organism with absorptive nutrition. Is a unicellular fungus yeast. Vegetative structure of a fungus is called thallus. Fungal cell is encased in a cell wall made up of chitin. Long branched filaments called the hyphae aggregate to form mycelium. Next, the fungal body is thallus and the consists of hyphae long filament cells joined together. A mass of hyphae is called mycelium. A hyphae is tubular structure that grow by elongation. Septate hyphae and cenocetic hyphae, two types. The first type is contain grass wall. Second type is many nucleus. Next, the structure of mushrooms. First one is gills, rings, stripe, stalk. These are the parts of the mushrooms. Next, the type of microorganism is algae. What is algae? Algae is nothing but algae are eukaryotic organisms. Some algae prokaryotic cyanobacteria. Most algae are photoautotrophic and carry on photosynthetic, meaning they use sunlight and chlorophyll to make food. At one time, algae were thought to be plants but are not because they lack roots, stems, and leaves. These are the algae structure of algae. Is a polar rings, microtubule, endoplasmic reticulum. These are the structure of algae. Then is the internal structure of algae. The inside is membrane, chloroplast, stigma are also present. Because why these are green color? Because the presence of chlorophyll pigment. So it's a look like here green in color. The chlorophyll will help into the to prepare the food, otherwise they cannot prepare food. So chlorophyll is very important. This one is spiral structure. Then next, algae. Algae is thousands kinds of algae live in every wet environment you can think of. They come in all size from microscopic to gigantic and come in many different colors. If you have ever seen green looking water or green in color like algae in pond, this is the algae in pond. This is also the river of the algae. Next we see the types of microorganism. Last one is protozoa. What is protozoa? Protozoa is the defined three characters. Eukaryotic, unicellular, lack a cell wall. Is a motile by means of cilia, flagella and pseudopodia except subgroup epicomplex. These are the structure of the organisms. Next we will see amoeba. This is the amoeba structure. Amoeba structure, pseudopodia, plasmocell, ectoplasm, food vehicle. Amoeba have a irregular shape. Amoeba is a genus that includes species such as Amoeba proteus. Amoeba is a unicellular organisms. Amoeba family that includes the Amoeba genus among others. Amoebozoa is a phylum that includes the Amoeba family. These are life stage of amoeba. Next, this one is a paramecium. Protozoa example two types. One is amoeba, another one is paramecium. The structure of paramecium. Okay, we'll see in next class. Thank you, students. See you next class.